parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and
AM
ready.
1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 809 $809 million. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tick-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority bookings by calling our heroes over at Zero Res. Hey, it's Audrey. I have personal experience with Zero Res. They came in and completely made my home smell way more fresh than it did. And it's not because I smell funky. It's because, I've got pets, and I had family over during the holidays, so we'll blame it on them. And they came and completely helped change my winter blues into springtime cleans. Zero Res removes all of that winter buildup and lingering odors, giving your home a fresh, spring-ready feel, preparing your home for the brighter days ahead. And don't forget about your air ducts, because they are the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality is going to suffer. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified from Phoenix's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $129. And whenever you mention KDUS, receive a free hallway cleaning and take $75 off your air duct cleanings. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling, turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
And this is Above the Noise. When people talk about rebuilding a program, they normally start with talent. That might be the easy part. The hard part is everything you don't see. That's where Kurt Signetti has made his living. With every stop, Coach Sig has made one thing clear. Details matter. Culture matters. It didn't take long for that message to land at Indiana, and it's not going away anytime soon, because even when the Hoosiers pulled in one of the top portal receivers in Nick Marsh, the introduction was the same. You're wearing gold cleats at practice? Not here. Sounds trivial. Shoes don't win games, but that's not the point. Signetti is about eliminating anything that pulls focus from the team. Culture isn't built in front of a microphone. It's built in moments of preparation when nobody's watching. That's the thing people often forget about turning around a program, whether it's basketball, football, or really any sport. They change when the roster truly understands what matters most. And coaches who know how to implement that message, no matter the talent, are the engine. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. A personal question. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It's a whole lot better thanks to the wet, extra-large cleaning power of Dude Wipes. They comfortably clean up whatever toilet paper leaves behind. You can make the trade of the season, switch from toilet paper, and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
The Thursday edition, an abbreviated edition of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. You can watch us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, with you for the next 45 minutes. That's all you get from us today. Thanks to some weather out there in Utah, moving up the ASU baseball game. Pre-game starts at 11:45 today. First pitch at 12. Going to be right here on KDUS AM 1060. So you can kind of consider us the pre-game show. Because Tim's going to have the pregame show at 11:45. We're the pre-game show here today. This also may be the most difficult task in the history of the lunch break.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
Because we have to stay on topic and stay on schedule in the first 3 segments so that we can very carefully, correctly, without chaos, pass the baton to Tim. And as you know, somebody who listens to this program every day, we're terrible at staying on time. We're awful at it. Terrible. Very bad. And we're already off to a bad start because I'm distracted talking about it instead of getting into our top story. So it's going to be a huge task for producer Evan and myself. We'll see what we can do. Just because it's a shorter show, don't you worry. Take a note Thursday. It's how we're going to close the show today, with a little Take a Note Thursday. But we will start. It is a week from today. A week from today, the Arizona Cardinals will make their selection at number 3 overall, if they stay in that spot. I'm here to tell you, if they love Ty Simpson as much as it seems like they love Ty Simpson, they may only have one choice.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
You know, we have two kinds of daily specials here on the show, producer Evan. We have the daily special where it's news we're reacting to. It's the game last night, right? Suns lose to Portland. The Diamondbacks complete a sweep. They lose, and it's a meltdown. And we start with an actual thing that happened. And then there's those daily specials where it's more just something that's on my mind. The overwhelming thought that I feel at the start of the show. And this is one of those today. Because today, and I kind of shared this with producer Evan yesterday. We saved it. We held on to it for today's show. It's a lot of news, a lot of buzz, a lot of rumors about the Cardinals and their interest in Ty Simpson. Everybody wants to connect the Arizona Cardinals to Ty Simpson. Word's out. Everybody knows it's no secret. It may be the worst kept secret right now of the 2026 NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals like themselves some Ty Simpson. And they want to get out of this draft with Ty Simpson on their roster. And this doesn't feel like, oh, you know, if he's there at 34, sure, we won't pass up the value. This feels like, no, we really want him. Like, we may trade back into the first round to get him like the Giants did last year with Jackson Dart. That leads me to this question. This is why I want to start with this. If you love him so much, you got to get out of there with a quarterback. If he was your last top 30 visit, yesterday, the last day to make top 30 visits, the Cardinals, we knew they were going to have Ty Simpson, and they waited until the last possible day. You've got Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport pointing it out, saying, wow, this is interesting. We should probably keep an eye on this. This is intriguing, I think was the word that Schefter used yesterday. Everybody wants to pile in, get involved, talk about Ty Simpson to the Arizona Cardinals. So if you love him that much, and we don't know, I don't know, producer Evan doesn't know, you don't know how much they love Ty Simpson, but boy, all the news is pointing us in one direction. Not the band, but it's pointing us in the direction that they love Ty Simpson. If that's the case, don't you kind of have to take him at number 3 overall? Don't you kind of have to make sure you land Ty Simpson? Because it doesn't seem like you like Ty Simpson and, we would be happy to get Ty Simpson. It feels like you really want Ty Simpson. And so if that's the case, if you really want Ty Simpson, then are you going to take the risk that he doesn't get there in the back part of the first round for you to take him? Now, maybe you only like him to a certain point and you'll move back into the first round to take him. There may be that little difference in how they feel, but everything's kind of pointing in the direction of they really like him. And if that's the case, do you want to mess around and hope the Jets don't take him at 16? Do you really want to try to cross your fingers and hope that the Browns don't take him at 24? Do you really want to wait until 26 when Buffalo's on the clock? Because I know that's been the very popular trade destination right now, the swap that has been very popular. Do you really want to roll the dice? Because guess what? If I really love him as a quarterback, I should do everything in my power to get him. I shouldn't leave it up to chance. Because if I'm leaving it up to chance, then I don't really love him that much. If I'm leaving it up to chance, then I don't know if I'm fully convinced he can be my franchise quarterback. If I'm leaving it up to chance, how much do I really love him? And so again, it all goes back to this one question we keep asking, and we've asked it a lot here over the last couple of weeks. How much do they love Ty Simpson? If they love Ty Simpson a lot, I don't think it's outlandish to say take him at number 3 overall to make sure that you get him. I don't think it's outlandish to say if you want to trade down a couple of spots, if you want to do the Cowboys trade and get 12 and 20 and pick him at 12, I don't think you're stupid for doing that. If you love him, you don't leave it up to chance, because if you love him, then you think if you're Monty, if you're Mike LaFleur, that's our golden ticket out of this mess. That is our way back to being a team that is competing in the NFC West. If you're just, we like him, we'd like him in the system, we'll be somewhat aggressive. If you're kind of lukewarm, kind of on the fence, then you know what? You wait to see how it plays out. But if you love him, it's actually a mistake. It would actually be, are you ready for this? Producer Evan, you know I love this phrase. We haven't broken it out. We haven't broken it out in a little bit. Organizational malpractice for you to not take him early in the first round, in my mind. If you love him, if you think he's the guy, if you think, boy, we want Ty Simpson, you're actually doing your organization a disservice if you try to roll the dice and say, let's try to get him at 24. Let's try to get him at 26. Let's try to make a trade back into the first round when you have the number 3 overall pick. You are playing a game of chance. And if you love him, if he is your guy, you don't play that game of chance. Not at that position. Maybe you do it at wide receiver. Maybe you do it at running back. Maybe you do it at offensive tackle. With this position, when we know how important it is, you don't take that chance. So if they love him, it's a mistake to not take him early. If they're on the fence, if they like him but don't love him, that tracks with this idea of let's trade back into the first round. Let's seize on an opportunity to get a guy that we like. But if you love him, and there is a difference, if you love him, it is a mistake for you to not try to snag him early in the first round. I know you hate this. I brought this up to you yesterday, and you were just shaking your head at me. But I'm sorry. If you love him, if the conviction in that room is this is our guy, aren't you doing everybody a disservice to sit back and wait and hope that he's there at 20, 22, 26 to make a trade?
Yes and no. So I think the best way to look at this is he's not a 3rd overall pick. You and I have watched a lot of quarterbacks play at the college level. We've seen guys that, hey, he's got a high ceiling. High ceiling, I think that makes him the 3rd overall pick. Or low floor, I think that makes him the 3rd overall pick. I don't know that Ty is either of those guys. And so I'm okay trading back to 12. I don't know if I'm ready to wait for 20, because the worst thing you could do is let somebody else take him and sit there sitting on your hands. But he's not the 3rd pick. And I think the league knows that.
Okay, but hold on. You and I don't think he's the 3rd overall pick, because you and I aren't sure he's a first-round quarterback. You and I have our fair share of concerns. What if they don't? And we're playing a lot of reckless speculation here today. To quote our good friend, our mutual friend, we're doing some just supposing here today. We're just throwing stuff out there. I don't know any of this, but we're just spitballing here. We don't think he's a first-round quarterback. What if they do? If they do, if they have him on their big board, if they met with him, looked at the tape, combine, all this stuff, in the course of their entire conversation with him, they go, that's a top 5 player on our board. I don't know this, but if that's a top 5 player on their board, they're actually making a mistake to not take him early. Because now you're leaving it up to chance at the position that you've got to figure out here sooner rather than later.
Yeah. No, listen, I understand. Do you think he's a top 5 player on their board?
I don't know.
Or do you think by positional
so.
Value, he has come more into the conversation?
If I had to guess, I think what the Cardinals want to do is they want to do the Cowboys trade. They want to get 12 and 20.
And they want to pick him at 20.
They want to pick him at either 12 or 20 because it's a little bit more palatable. They can jump in front of all those other teams, and yet they'll still get a really good player inside the top 20. I think that's what they want to do. Jordan Schultz today reported that they're the most mystifying team inside the top 5. Nobody knows what they're going to do. The conventional wisdom is that they want to trade down like they did in 2023, and that is kind of going around in league circles. And so that's what I think they want to do. They want to do the Cowboys trade. They want to let the Cowboys come up. And by the way, all of a sudden yesterday, the Jets, we're not meeting with David Bailey. We're canceling our visit with David Bailey. Is that because they're taking him, or is that because they're not taking him? That might be music to the Cardinals' ears if he's there at number 3, because then they can do that trade with the Cowboys.
Then you can move down.
You can move down and get 12 and 20. And then, I think 12 is a little rich for Ty Simpson, but I've always said this. I'm not the one making the decision. If those that are in the decision-making process love Ty Simpson, you got to take him the first chance you can get because you're rolling the dice. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, at least not off of the 15 games that I've seen him play, but they might think that's the case. If you have that strong of a conviction, how do you let him walk? How do you let it be up to chance, to be up to fate, to hope that he falls to you?
If you think he's the quarterback of your franchise for the next 10 years, there's no questions asked.
No questions asked. You take him first chance you get. So that's why I think it's almost a mistake to not take him with their first selection in the draft, because if you love him, and we don't know, but if you love him, it's a mistake to leave it up to chance. Because then I don't think you really love him then. I think you kind of like him. And maybe that's where they're at. And maybe they're okay with taking him with either 12 or 20 because that feels more
palatable.
That feels more.
You think part of it
the value's better there?
Do you think, honestly, part of it is from a public point of view, they're not willing to take him at 3?
I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, right? I mean, Michael Penix Jr. wasn't supposed to be a top 10 pick, and he was. Right? I mean,
yeah, and Atlanta got bashed for it, and it hasn't worked out.
Right, because they signed Kirk Cousins in the offseason, gave all that money. And so, I mean, I'm just saying that we've been surprised before. Right?
Correct.
So we could be surprised again.
Correct.
And this all goes back to, and I know I keep talking in circles, but it's important to go back to the main point here. It all depends on how much they love him. If there's conviction and they love him, capital letters LOVE, they're drawing hearts next to his name on a piece of paper like we're back in middle school, then I think you're foolish for not taking him number 3 overall. Even though I disagree with the value, even though I think I wouldn't do that, if you love him, do it. Now, if you do it, you got to deal with all the consequences if it doesn't work out. You got to be ready for it. I mean, if you're Monty, this is it. If you take him number 3 overall, or even if you take him number 12, this is your guy. You're going to get one shot at this. And so maybe the conviction isn't that strong, but it's strong enough to be opportunistic in the back part of the second round, back part of the first round, early part of the second round. There's a difference between those two worlds. And I think right now, I don't know which world they're living in. A lot of the noise tells us it's the world where they really like him, they love him, they might take him early. But the conventional wisdom says that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's going to be fascinating. And a week from today, we will get that answer. I'm only 2 minutes over. I did well in the open. We'll keep ourselves on track here. And so I'm not going to waste any time. I'll give you the phone number, 480-864-1060. You don't have a lot of time to jump in here today, so if you're going to do it early. You can join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. But when we come back, the matchup is set. Do we feel better or worse that it'll be Suns Warriors tomorrow night? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
ASU baseball this Thursday evening over on KAZG 1440. Join the Sun Devils as they start their 3-game series against BYU. Head coach Reed Bloomquist is more than ready to show off his team's talents on the diamond. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live. It's ASU versus BYU this Thursday evening. Pregame at 4:45 p.m. and first pitch at 5 p.m. All happening over on KAZG 1440.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Whoa. Okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on. Let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh, yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now or?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority bookings by calling our heroes over at Zero Res. Hey, it's Audrey. I have personal experience with Zero Res. They came in and completely made my home smell way more fresh than it did. And it's not because I smell funky. It's because, I've got pets, and I had family over during the holidays, so we'll blame it on them. And they came and completely helped change my winter blues into springtime cleans. Zero Res removes all of that winter buildup and lingering odors, giving your home a fresh, spring-ready feel, preparing your home for the brighter days ahead. And don't forget about your air ducts, because they are the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality is going to suffer. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified from Phoenix's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $129. And whenever you mention KDUS, receive a free hallway cleaning and take $75 off your air duct cleanings. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special.
Big fat news. Del yeah. Big fat tacos are back at Del Taco. Get these toasty flatbread tacos with seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or carne asada steak. Right now, grab 2 grilled chicken big fat tacos for just $6 small. Need a little something extra? For a limited time, score Del's classic snack tacos with seasoned beef and fresh house grated cheddar for just 59 cents each. Only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary.
Jim Rome here through Rome Report. Good news, NBA tanking season is over. Bad news, the ref show continues. And somehow, some way, the refs missed LaMelo Ball grabbing at Bam Adebayo's ankle in the second quarter of Charlotte's overtime win over Miami last night. Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra was understandably livid, calling it, quote, stupid, and saying that Ball should have been ejected. Ball, for his part, apologized after the game, adding he got hit in the head and, quote, didn't even know where I was, just playing basketball, end of quote. 1, lame explanation. 2, you weren't just playing basketball, because that's not a basketball play. That's a dirty play. But 3, as dirty as it was, the refs couldn't eject him because they didn't call a foul. And if they didn't call a foul, then they must not have seen it. But how in the world do you miss that? I guess what I'm saying is, Commissioner Powder, if you thought the start of the postseason was the end of your problems, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm Jim Rome.
O'Reilly. Need new wiper blades but not sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your vehicle and even install your new wiper blades for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades so you can see better in any weather. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTO'Sullivans.com for a location near you.
Back here on the lunch break, an abbreviated edition. Now, Code calls it the lightning round. I kind of like that. We're no huddle offense here today on the program as we move through. Now, before I get into the play-in game last night and giving a first preview into tomorrow's game between the Warriors and the Suns, I want to shout out our guy Devin, who called in during the last break. And just a message to everybody, because you were talking to him, Evan, you were screening the call. We thought he was going to join. And then he said something about not being radio material. I mean, we're a bunch of goofballs on this show. You don't have to be afraid of anything. We're just talking sports. We're having fun. Do you hear? I mean, you're saying that you're not radio material?
and
I mean, hold on. You're not radio material?
Number 3rd.
I mean,
I'm a huge Moon guy. Schmammered.
I mean, it's fine. We welcome you in. We don't want you to be afraid. We want you to be a part of the program, be a part of the community.
And listen, he, like us, and we've been giving the truth. They are going to take Ty Simpson.
Well, right. He said they shouldn't take Ty Simpson.
He said they shouldn't take Ty Simpson.
And I kind of agree.
And I think, and we agree with him. And if he's worried that he's wrong.
Leading it by a run.
Oh, let me cite this here. My bad. Give me a second. Wrong clip.
What's going on in there?
Wrong clip.
This is not keeping us on pace here. Listen, I think Portland's a good team. Yeah, they've got some good young pieces. I just don't know if you worry about anybody doing that to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Kawhi could drop 45 on the Suns, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Right. Anybody dropping 45 on the Suns on Portland, you would be floored. Right. Well, again, radio material. Did you hear that? Did you listen to the Friday show? I mean, it was just bad prediction after bad prediction after bad prediction. So please, don't be afraid. Enjoy. There's only one person I give a hard time to. One. Brian, that's it. It's the only person I give a hard time to because he deserves it. If you're a new caller, you're a first-time caller, no, you would just have a nice little back and forth.
Brian's first big segment is legendary.
I think it's a top 5 call in the history of the program. So, So just listen, to anybody out there who's afraid to call, they don't think they're radio material, please. If you have a take, if you want to tell me I'm stupid, you want to agree with me, we'd love to have you here on the program. Last night was the Golden State Warriors against the Los Angeles Clippers. And I know that there has been this growing fear of a one-game win or go home against Kawhi Leonard, right? Producer Evan just was, because of, past trauma, just didn't want anything to do with Kawhi Leonard in a one-game sample. And so we're hoping that Portland got the 8 seed, so that's who the Suns played in the first play-in. And then after, the Suns lost, we knew they were going to play another game. It was, hey, I want to play the Warriors. I don't want to play Kawhi in a one-game sample. Do we still feel that way today? Do we still feel like we would rather Golden State than Kawhi and the Clippers? Because I don't know if I feel the same way. I mean, Steph Curry turned it on last night. He got hot. That concerns me. Draymond Green, those last 2 possessions, creating turnovers, that concerns me. If he's going to play in a one-game sample size like a Defensive Player of the Year candidate again, Devin Booker, good luck getting that final shot off, bud. In one game to win it all. Who are you taking, Steve Kerr? Or are you taking Jordan Ott? I mean, I know we wanted the Clippers going into last night, but after the way last night went down, I don't know if I feel better about tomorrow night.
I got to tell you, I feel way worse. I feel way worse. You're watching that game. You're watching how it finishes.
And you're watching Steph be Steph
and
again.
You're thinking, we get into a close game in the 4th.
That's not good.
I hate our odds.
Don't like our chances if Steph's going to shoot it like that. If Draymond's going to play defense like that.
And I'm sorry, but you got to play the best team of my lifetime in a play-in game, win or go home.
With the way the Suns played on Tuesday? Yeah, it doesn't
feel great.
This is why you don't root for certain outcomes, because here we are. We got the outcome we wanted, and I still don't feel great about it. And I think it all goes back to, will the Suns actually make adjustments? Will they make the adjustments and learn from Tuesday? Will they make the adjustments and learn from how the season ended? Or, I don't want to call it stubbornness because I don't know if that's what it is, but it feels like it. The stubbornness to just keep running the small ball lineup, keep running the same groups out there, and hoping that it works out. Because I'll tell you, I know they're not the Golden State Warriors of old, but Steph showed last night he can still be Steph. Draymond showed last night in a 2-possession sample he can lock down your best player. I mean, he had Kawhi in fits in that fourth quarter
last night. The Suns don't have anybody that can even replicate that.
Steve Kerr, top 10 coach of all time?
Not even a question.
Top 8 coach of all time?
Probably.
Maybe top 5 coach of all
Certainly.
time? Okay, in a one-game sample, that's what you're going up against tomorrow. Not a 7-game series, a one-game sample. Because maybe over 7 games, Steph, he's older, body wearing down. He's been hurt this year. Maybe you can get him. Draymond Green, can he do that every single game of a series? No, probably not. but it's just one game. It's all the variance in the world, and this is why you needed to just take care of business on Tuesday against, weirdly enough, maybe the best team to face, even though they were the 8 seed in Portland. Like, that was probably the best matchup for you.
And maybe it's us, again, maybe it's us being, turning back the clock to play Kawhi Leonard or to play Steph Curry. But I am more scared of everything the Clippers have and the guys they've had that got to the NBA Finals or that have won NBA Finals. And there's no question about the pedigree in Golden State. There was question about Portland and what they could actually do in a playoff setting. And you played them in the first game and you couldn't get it done.
You just don't worry about tomorrow night, if you're a Warriors fan, the moment being too much for Steph Curry, the moment being too much for Draymond Green, the moment being too much for Steve Kerr. With Portland, interim head coach. Thiago Splitter's not even supposed to be the head coach of the team. Bunch of players. Don't have a lot of postseason experience. You expected their inexperience to be a benefit to you. But now you're going up against one of the greatest dynasties in the history of sports. Yes, on the back nine, not even really the same version of that team. But they still got Steph. They still got Draymond. And last night you saw, even it's just one game, they can still throw it back. They can still look like that squad. And unfortunately, they can do it again tomorrow night. So I don't feel better. I don't feel better. We'll give you a full preview. Get you ready. We'll talk about how it is a Devin Booker legacy game tomorrow night. And that kind of leads us into what we're doing here on the other side. 480-864-1060 if you want to join us. The KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel. When we come back, we wrap up today's lightning round edition, rapid fire edition of the lunch break. It is a Thursday, so we will do a Take a Note Thursday next. It's the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Green flag is out, and the NASCAR Cup Series is racing.
Returns to Kansas Speedway.
Turn 2, Brad Keselowski, the second place automobile, is in the fence.
Will Kyle Larson win his third straight spring race in the Heartland?
If dominating a race was a crime, Kyle Larson would get the electric chair today.
It's the Advent Health 400.
Live this Sunday at 10 a.m. on KACG 1440 and the KDUS 1060 app.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. I made a lot of poor decisions in my past that had lifelong consequences. After I was released from prison for the last time in 2014, I discovered the process to have my convictions dismissed and all of my rights restored, including my Second Amendment rights. Since achieving this for myself in 2018, our attorney has assisted over 3,000 others in doing the same. If you are still living under the consequences of past mistakes and would like to restore your rights as I have, visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com and book a free consultation today.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
Feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage. Foreigner. Sunday, October 18th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
Every business has a purpose to inspire, a purpose to innovate, a purpose to serve. At SRP, our purpose is to power yours. From rebates for energy-efficient upgrades to money-saving programs, we help businesses of all sizes find reliable, affordable, and sustainable energy solutions. Discover the possibilities at SaveWithSRPBiz.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice, make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Packed full of features with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Come on, guys. No cleats on the seats. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603, 562-314-4603 for more details.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Tom Izzo, Michigan State head basketball coach.
I've had more than a couple job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix, and my former player, Matt Ispia. And that was hard. That was a hard thing to turn down because Number one, I kind of wanted to go with him. Number
Wait,
two,
so they offered you the head coaching job?
well, we talked seriously about it. Let's say that.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
You know, Producer Evan, I would say we're doing a good job here today. I would say so far so good for keeping us on track. It's not perfect. I haven't hit every post we're supposed to hit, but we're within reason. Because there have been times where I don't go to break from the second segment until 11:35.
I know. I feel really good about.
I feel really good about the pace that we're on. Now, hopefully we can stick to that pace. But ASU baseball getting started a little earlier today because of weather that is impending up there in Utah. So 11:45 pregame, the 12 o'clock first pitch. The voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, will have you in about 10 minutes or so from now. So we're wrapping up a pregame here today on the show, and we're doing Take a Note Thursday because it is still a Thursday, and we're taking notes. You said you have to, I have to.
Correct.
Do you want to go first? I've been going first here. Do we have any that we need to close up on? Or are we still?
As far as ones we still have out there, Jose Fernandez will be an everyday player.
Can I just take the win on that now? I mean, I know we have the rest of the month, but I feel pretty good about what I was going for there.
So you said till the end of April. I think you've already gotten it. So we're going to give that one to you. Highlight that baby green.
Love that. That's great.
Cardinals will not trade up for Ty.
I still got a chance here.
Because you could trade back.
They could trade back or they could take him at 3. So I'm still alive in that one.
Correct. Jordan Lawler will have we can put one of mine in red. The Suns will take whoever they play to 6 games.
No, they're not taking Oklahoma City to 6 games. No. So if you want to put that one in red, go ahead.
Corbin Carroll will finish top 3 in MVP voting.
That's me, right?
Yes.
I feel still good about
and
that
Jeremiah Love will fall out of the top 8. And that's you too.
I may struggle with that one, but it's still technically alive.
Jordan Tyson will be a top 20 pick.
You're still good there.
The MLB City Connects jerseys won't last 3 seasons.
I think you're going to take an L there, but shout out to you for putting something 3 years into the future.
That's how long I'm deep rooted here.
It's great. I love that. You can go first on a Take a Note Thursday. What do you got?
The Celtics won't represent the Eastern Conference in the finals.
Where's this coming from?
I just don't like their squad.
I mean, you have to think Detroit and New York, right, are their biggest threats to them.
Correct.
Detroit's been good.
Did you say where is this?
I mean, guy just randomly hits me with a Celtics take here on a
Thursday. It's league wide.
Detroit was the 1 seed, right? Played good all year. By the way, Cade Cunningham, Luka Doncic won their appeals.
Yes, they
and so
did.
they're going to be eligible for the awards because they missed some games and they were able to get the exemption to be eligible. So interesting note that we learned today. I like this one. I mean, I think you got some
Detroit,
candidates.
I like New York.
Right. That's
I
probably
like Toronto.
it.
Philadelphia looks good last night for a couple minutes. As long, and this is going to sound bad, but as long as Joel Embiid doesn't impact the team negatively, which he typically does in the playoffs, they could be okay.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I feel way better about the Sixers. I would say I'm more of a fan when they wear the early 2000s black jerseys.
Remember, it was just a couple days ago that he said he was out on the team. Now he's back in, and he's hoping they beat the Celtics in the first round.
Because you're playing the Celtics. Like if they were playing Detroit, wouldn't care as much.
This is a weird one. You're going to consider this cheating, and that's fine. And if we want to put a star next to it and says
we'll put an asterisk.
It doesn't really count. Take a note. After tomorrow night, I'm going to have more questions about the Phoenix Suns than I thought I was going to back in January.
Interesting. Okay, let me ask you some follow-up questions.
Please.
Can I?
Yes.
So do you think you'll have more questions because even if they play well, you think it'll still raise questions?
Well, no, I think they're going to lose tomorrow. That's thing number one. I do not think they win tomorrow. And coming out of that game, here are the questions I'm going to have that I didn't think I was going to have at the beginning of the year. What's Devin Booker's future on this team? What's Jalen Green's future on this team? Do they really need Mark Williams? What does the bench construction of this team next year look like? Do I really trust Jordan Knott? All questions that I'm going to have if they lose to Portland, finish the way that they finished, and then lose to Golden State.
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
So again, I don't know how we're going to judge it, but the point I'm trying to make here is I am growing concerned about the future of this team in a way that I didn't think I was going to be 4 months ago. Still time to change my mind. Listen, still
the alignment.
I'm still aligned. I just have more questions than I thought I was going to. With how well they started, you thought it was going to be smooth sailing, a great first year into a summer of, retooling the team, continuing to march in the right direction, and maybe we get there. But along the way, we've added some more questions to the list that I wasn't sure we were going to have to ask. And if they lose again tomorrow night, there are going to be some questions that get added to the list.
The D-backs will be the first wild card team.
Wow. So you're in right now. They're doing it with a little smoke and mirrors, but you're in.
I'm in. Because if they can do it now with smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, but this is a dangerous game you're
going
playing.
to be better.
This is a dangerous game you're playing because you expect that, and then all of a sudden those guys get hot, and then the bullpen starts melting down, mountain, all of a sudden it's a little overpopulated.
Right. And
we're
also,
worried about an avalanche.
We think the Diamondbacks are doing it with smoke and mirrors. The Padres have won 7 in a row. I'm sorry, 6 of those are against the Rockies.
Listen, you know me. I mean, I've been raising my hand since the end of last year. 2026 is not a transition season. Don't punt. Don't give up on 2026. Everyone wanted to just write off 2026. So 2027, that's when the Diamondbacks are going to be relevant because these young guys are going to be ready to go. And I think I've been very steadfast in it. Do not give up on this year. They can be relevant. They can be competitive. It's 19 games. But so far, they've shown that. And to your point, they're only going to get healthier in terms of some of the big guys, right? Lourdes Gurriel started his rehab assignment. So he's got to be close. That's going to be a huge boost to this offense. Perdomo and Marte are going to be boosts to this offense. Ryan Waldschmidt continuing to crush the ball down in Reno. All of those, yeah, I'm with you on this. My other take a note is a Suns-related one. Take a note. We're going to have some serious conversations about whether or not the Suns are better off trading Devin Booker this summer. Like serious Ketel Marte level conversations about Devin Booker.
I want to be very clear. Both of these are in red if they win tomorrow.
I don't know about that.
You think they could trade Devin Booker even if they win tomorrow? And you wouldn't look at. Okay, how about this? Rewind the clock with me 1 week.
Okay.
We said that they have to be, if they lose both, they are still going to be a successful season. We're still going to look at it successfully.
Mm-hmm.
You're two taking notes. To me, flip it the other way.
Well, and with the way that it's ending, all of a sudden it's no longer going to be that successful season. You're not going to feel as good about it. Boy, it's really weird hearing the closing music to the hour with 18 minutes to go. But that's going to do it for us. We're done. We're out of here. What a weird show. It was a fun show. It was a good time. ASU baseball is coming up next. Producer Evan's going to stay right in that chair because he's producing that game. So it's a very long day for producer Evan. But that's going to do it for us here on the Thursday edition of the program. We're back tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy ASU baseball. We'll talk to you then. See ya.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour.